to Holding Court, the podcast. I'm your host, Chris Zimmerman, and over to my right is our guest, Cole Giordano.
Hello.
That's us. We're going to be talking a bit today, but we'll let the song fade out first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Cole's best bud.
Catalina Breeze.
Catalina Breeze, the breeze is Catalina. We were watching that.
That's how it went.
I don't know how it goes. But Cole's my good buddy, best buddy. Known him for a while now, a good long while. He's a photographer. He's a musician. He's a skateboarder. He just came back from Japan.
Yep. I'm a character in a Girls episode, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a character in a girl episode, I'll be Colin Quinn, and I'll run like some sort of cafe, and I'll tell everybody to lean forward, because modern feminism dictates you got to be aggressive if you're in the workplace, and you're a woman, you got to, lean in a little forward.
Yep.
Yeah, well, everything can't be great.
That's mine.
That's your beverage.
This is your beverage. I still think I shouldn't have brought this glass of whiskey into the bathroom, because now I feel like I'm just drinking poop particles.
Before we went on, Cole was taking a big old dump, and he took his whiskey in with him, and he sat it on his knees so he could...
It was on the sink.
That's some nice whiskey. What is it?
It was just in my hand when I went into the thing, and I wasn't thinking.
This week we're sponsored by...
I don't know. It's Redemption Rye.
We don't give anything for free. It's a generic whiskey that no one's ever heard of.
No one's ever heard of it.
No one's ever heard of
We
it.
distilled it in our rooftop.
And I'm drinking a 2015 Pabst Blue Ribbon. Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Prism.
Clearly, I know what to do with microphones.
It's off-brand.
It's okay. My Bushwick cred is still high level. It's very high level.
PBR is not coming for you yet.
Oh, if I got a sponsorship, oh my God, I'd hate myself.
I moved back to Milwaukee.
Oh, this one's all over the place. This is the first interview one I've done in a while, and the first one I've done with one microphone that we've jacked up to be really sensitive.
One microphone, two people. Yeah. That's like the next viral video.
We're just two little dogs. It's like the Lady and the Tramp, and the spaghettis are voices. We're just inching closer and closer together.
It's exactly like that.
Oh, it's so good. The volume's going to go in and out and in and out. There we go. Oh, yeah. It's just going in and out. This is a lean-in episode. This is called Gloria Steinem, the Spirit episode, because everyone needs to lean in.
We don't lean back. We lean forward.
Yes, in
like
the workplace.
MSNBC.
Oh, is that a thing that they do?
I don't know.
All right. Anderson Cooper, he's a man.
Yes.
He is. We're going to see a show tomorrow night.
Yes, we're going to see
Hank
Wood and the Hammerheads.
Yeah, they're a good angry band.
They're a good angry New York hardcore band.
Cole played them for me. We were in Florida after we were listening to a little bit of Against Me about Sink, Florida Sink, something like that, or Tallahassee, or was it a more pretend?
I don't remember the order in which we listened to that. That was like 20 hours of driving.
I just remember being at an exit.
I think we were in Florida when Hank Wood came on, though.
And there was something about fucking the street, and it's hot on the street, and you should
walking down the street.
Fuck the street.
Fuck the street.
They're a good band. I'm excited to see them. You took me to see Donna Humans, and those were good. They're people in that.
They share members.
Everybody who's in that scene is clearly listening to this podcast, obviously.
Yes, this is going to give us all the punk points.
Yes. Oh, everyone will love this, I'm sure. Oh, yeah.
Put a big Crass logo as the picture for this podcast, and then everybody will love
They'll
us.
come running. The Crusties are coming. The Crusties are coming.
Oh my God, we've been earning so many punk points. So many punk points these days.
Yes.
We get such punk points these days.
Such punk points. Wow.
Oh my God, we were just slumming it about Billy Berg, hanging with the Crusties. Just a breath.
I don't think there are any Crusties left in Williamsburg.
In the Billsburg. Ugh, God. Yeah, so I wouldn't be in New York if it wasn't for Cole. Cole's my man. He brought me here.
That's true. I offered you this room a year ago, and you made the questionable decision
to not take
it.
And I moved into Quincy.
To Quincy, Massachusetts. But, a year later, the room became available again, and here you are.
Dear sweet Jesus, yes.
Here you are.
Dear sweet Jesus, yes. And as we said last one, look, it's already better. Look, there's two people talking. It's just not me muttering to myself in madness.
You're not alone in a room.
See, that's obviously twice as good. Two people means twice as good.
Though I feel like you might be better on your own.
Why?
I feel like I'm bringing you down.
How?
I'm slowing you down.
Not possible.
I can't keep up.
Well, already I'm not putting on like an affected mother tone from like some South Jersey Christmas tree shop. Do they have those down here?
South Jersey Christmas, like a Christmas shop specific to South Jersey Christmases, or like Christmas shops in South Jersey?
Like a Christmas tree shop in South Jersey.
I'm not that familiar with South Jersey, so I'm not sure.
I have a feeling I might get.
I'd have to call up Mr. Dinsmore.
All right, hey,
he can be guest number 2.
He could be guest number 2 if Kat doesn't get to it first.
She won't.
She won't. Ugh, she just languorous. She's dragging her feet. She doesn't want to come on. We talk about John Waters. We talk about.
That's what this is. What you're telling me what you would talk about with Kat as your guest on your podcast.
No, we'd have lots to talk about. She'd also it'd probably be heaps of her giving me shit because that's what would have to happen. I'm putting her on blast. I feel bad.
Well, it's only a matter of time before I start doing the same. So
yay!
By the same, I don't mean putting her on blast. I mean giving you shit. So.
Yay! I'm good at taking shit. Oh yeah, taking that shit. Yeah, I'm feeling so. I haven't done one of these casts since in Basements of Quincy, and I never put them out, but now I put these out. I put all of them out, no matter how bad they are or how great they are.
Super secret out.
Super secret. Until I figure out how to get on YouTube. Actually, I feel like we need to do at least
you mean on iTunes?
That one. Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going viral.
You should make a SoundCloud page.
Because it's. Yeah, I should probably do all those things, but there's just a billion of all those things. And look, with the quality of programming that I'm offering right here, right now.
Quality programming.
Quality programming. And now Cole's going to play a song for us, a mandolin. The beaches of Yonkers. On the beaches of Yonkers, I met my bride.
Yonkers.
She was busting DMX and she came for a ride.
I don't know how to play the mandolin.
I thought we had something there. DMX.
You want to go back to that?
No, we can leave that.
We can revisit.
We can always return. Oh.
Come back later.
We'll get into it. We've just been sitting up on the roof. We have a deck on the roof. It's finished. It was gorgeous. It's all hardwood.
Hardwood deck.
Cole insisted it had to be mahogany.
Views of the mountains.
I thought it should be cedar, but Cole said mahogany weather's better.
It's well treated.
It's really good treated. It was a project that we worked on all last summer when we moved in all together here.
Yes.
Cole used to be a carpenter back in the day when he found his real passion was microbrewing, and he moved to Portland with his metal band called the Paris and Greg Experience, and they released 2 items. The first one called All My Graves Are Try, and the second one calls Try Again My Graves. And then they went double platinum, and he took the money to move and buy this wonderful apartment in Brooklyn.
Yes, and that's when I refound my love of carpentry and decided that this Brooklyn apartment would not be complete without a finished roof. So I went and got locally sourced lumber from the nearest redwood forest and began to, put together what's been a very close personal project for me. And, it's really allowed me to find some growth and personal solace. I don't know.
There's nothing more meditative than a man in wood, just like in the shop with his saws.
Nothing like a man in his wood. No.
I feel like I threw your project off a bit, given my tinfoil hat extremities, in that it was such gorgeous wood, but we had to paint it all black and make it look exactly like tar paper on the roof because I was very nervous that the helicopters above would think we were pulling something fast down here.
Yeah, we had to cover it with tar. Or else, code, the city code just,
We live in a very exclusive block. We live in a very exclusive block where all the houses' roofs have to be symmetrical, or else we were just absolutely terminated by the state.
They would kick us right out of the committee.
I know. And I've kind of had my fill of politics, but I just know if it wasn't for those Tuesday night meetings, what would we do with our time?
I don't know.
Down at the VFW?
Become alcoholics.
Oh, shit. God damn it. I might have that on lock already. As I bring out my next PBR.
Yeah. You barely even finished this one.
Well, it's like...
You're supposed to be holding this in the middle so it can hear both of us.
I know, but I have a terrible XLR, so if I don't keep it jacked just the right way, It's not gonna come through.
Phrasing.
And those are my black and milds. They sit here as a spirit guide. We could light one and just have it in the corner for like scent.
I'm good.
So yeah, I moved in this spring, and Cole's been showing me them New York ropes. He's been taking me in. I'm not the biggest stranger, but I might as well be right.
Well,
I know nothing of New York.
I was saying to our mutual friend the other night that, I mean, you've been here a few months, but you always came down to visit on a fairly frequent basis. So I always forget that you don't know everything about the city just yet because you've only been here a little while. You work from home, so you don't even need to learn how to take the subway places because you don't need to go anywhere for work.
I don't need to know anybody. All I need to know is this apartment, and I'm
your
good.
favorite bar is the one around the corner.
I love that bar. It's a good bar. It's called the Brew Inn. Put it on blast. Hopefully they'll give us some free drinks one day.
Yes, when this becomes successful and they hear it.
This is not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
But no, but this summer we should make some excursions so you can understand that Park Slope does not border Bushwick, and that the Williamsburg Bridge is not Dumbo.
You know, it all looks the same to me. Bricks, people that look like mannequins.
Yeah,
Williamsburg does stress me out a lot, though. Every time I'm down there, I feel like I'm a run block away from a panic attack.
It's just, yeah.
I've never walked by so many people and then mistaken them for mannequins that are like being removed from out of business like clothing shop, and you get like inches from their face and be like, "Oh shit, you're a human being. What have I done?"
Out of business, vintage, era, whatever.
We make refurbished plastic bags into ponchos that kind of look like sacks of garbage.
Yeah,
because that's what they're made out of.
That probably exists.
I'll buy it, dude. We can let's call this the business cast. Let's make some businesses. So, well, we're gonna make That's My Fetish t-shirts.
That's My Fetish t-shirts. It's all encompassing.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait.
It's the perfect novelty shirt.
Because everything's my fetish.
Yes.
Cole, what's your fetish?
Or it could just be, yes, that's my fetish.
Is that what's your fetish?
My fetish is that fetish. I don't know.
If I had a fetish, I'd have to say hands. I'm really into hands.
I thought you were a feet guy.
No, oh my god, no.
You were always talking about shoes and stuff.
That was not me. That was a mutual friend of ours
But I feel like you picked it up.
No, dude. All right, well, I'm a creep when it comes to feet. Not in that way. In the way where it's just like, bad feet will make me very upset, but an average foot's the same as a gorgeous foot to me. They're all the same. It's just like I have like a middle bar. I just have like a high like volume threshold. So it's just like, all right, it's provided you're at a medium volume, it's all good.
Yeah.
What do you think about feet?
About feet? Feet don't really do anything for me, personally.
Stresses me out. I hate sandals.
Yeah, sandals. I'm not a fan of sandals.
Would you wear sandals?
I wear them when I'm at the beach or going to the beach, and that's about the only time.
That's the only time a person should. What do you think about shorts?
I don't like shorts either.
I take my guide on shorts from The Sopranos, where they're like, what kind of man wears shorts in his backyard grilling?
I feel like if I grew up in like a beach town or like Florida or warmer climate, maybe I could be a shorts guy because it's part of the culture.
I feel like filthy animals, people with the dirty feet from wearing flip-flops all day. They disgust me. Animals.
Yeah, I don't know how people who live in the city wear flip-flops or sandals like around in the summer. It's basically walking around barefoot in New York City.
Oh, God, that makes me shiver. You know the only thing worse than flip-flops?
Birkenstocks?
No.
What?
Well, the worst thing than flip-flops is people taking off their heels and dancing barefoot at a wedding. That disgusts me.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I don't know. Those shoes must hurt to wear. At least you're not walking around the city streets. You're in like a probably recently cleaned floor, and hopefully there's no broken glass or hepatitis on it.
All right, I think you might have changed my mind on feet at a wedding. But you know what's worse than people taking off their shoes and like holding their heels? Actually, it's kind of hot too. I kind of like it.
If you see like a girl walking down the street in the city barefoot holding the shoes, It's not the same.
She's an animal. She likes to get around. She just got the dirty feet, not coming in my bed.
I mean, you know, I guess who are we to judge? We're both men who don't walk around in heels. At least I don't think you do.
I have.
I wouldn't put it past you.
I have.
I mean, like on a regular basis. Though.
No, not on a regular basis.
Yeah. I mean, you know, did you go all night partying all night in your heels and you just feet were just so hurt and you were just so drunk you're just like, I have to take these off.
Got some corons on my feet. Get some awful corons.
Walk a mile in her shoes.
You know what's worse than all of that discussion of women's feet in flip-flops or heels?
No.
Men's feet. I hate men's feet. They're garbage. They're the worst. Ugh. Crammed into those dress shoes. They take them out and they're like flaccid fish fillets that have to get fried up. Ugh. It's like haddock. It's like raw haddock. A man's feet are like hairy, raw haddock.
Yeah. Men's feet are worse.
Granted.
That's all I have to add to that.
Oh, okay. Well, so that's not my fetish. Clearly feet are not my fetish or your fetish. I think I have just a high fetish. I like hands. I kind of like veiny hands.
Yeah, veins, really?
Yeah.
I'm a veiny guy, but I don't think my hands I don't know. Are my hands veiny? I know my arms are veiny.
I got those. Well, yours are more than mine, but sometimes I get them.
Really vain. My arms are really veiny. I do not have a problem.
I can pump them up. Well, you got like, I got
Dude,
sausage
look
fingers.
Look at this. Like you can feel this one.
Cole got veins on his arms that are every heroin addict's dream. You would get through so bad. Oh no. Oh, you good. But there's so many options on there. You could have a vein go flat and you'd still be fine.
I would be a great heroin addict, yes.
We'd all, well, yeah, you'd probably be better. I can see mine pretty good. I got a couple good ones.
Yeah. At least you're not going to get stabbed if you go to get blood drawn at the doctor a million times by the nurse. They can find them.
I've had that happen, though. I mean, my biggest fear walking down the street with having veins when they protrude is that someone's going to come with a little knife and just, like, flick my arms, and then it's just going to be blood everywhere straight out.
Yeah, you get cut in the wrong place. It's like, man, it's right there. The thing is right there.
If you had to get cut by a knife...
If I can feel, like, the contour with my finger, I feel like it's a very exposed vein.
It could get sliced by a person with a knife very easily. If you had to get cut by a knife, where would you get cut by a knife?
I was like worried my cats would do it before. What? If I had to get cut by a knife? I don't want to get cut by a knife. I don't know. I'm not a very meaty guy, so I don't have too many good places.
I think
I'm mostly skin and bones.
Judging by, well, you do pull ups, so probably like your shoulders would be the best bet. Like a good shoulder bone cut.
But it's really bony up there. I feel like it would.
You wouldn't bleed out, though.
No, I wouldn't bleed out. I don't think.
That's good.
Yes.
All right. So, what is your fetish? If it's not blood, sex, it's not feet, it's not hands.
I don't know if I have a real fetish.
Sundresses.
Sundresses are nice. I like sundresses.
McCarran Park sundresses.
Maybe. I don't know.
In all-star Converse.
It's a little no.
Oh yeah, sunglasses up in the hair.
What? No.
A thing of like organic but almond milk coffee sitting there iced.
Iced almond milk latte.
That's what she have in her hand.
You are describing yesterday at McCarran Park. That's yeah.
It's yes. Oh,
it was college green / whatever music festival. That's basically what it looked like. It was stressful. It was stressful.
Well, stress is. Oh my god. Oh, that's not stress. It's exciting. That's titillating. Oh my god.
I don't know. For a while, I thought those like big hats that like the fashionable girls were wearing were cool, but then Alex, our friend, pointed out to me that they made them look like Darkwing Duck, and now that's all I can think about when I see that.
Man.
For a while, there was like a thing about like a girl in a hat, like there was something kind of sexy about it, but I don't know. Now, just Darkwing Duck.
The cartoons have ruined hats for you.
Ruined hats.
I kind of like what about a girl that's a kind? What do you? All right, we gotta get this down. We gotta figure out. Oh man, is this a whole new segment? What's your fetish? That's my fetish.
That should be the thing you ask all of your guests.
What's your fetish?
And then the T-shirt will make even more sense because you could like sell it in your theoretical web store that doesn't exist for this podcast, and just says "That's my fetish." Holding court the podcast in small print.
I'm gonna have
court the podcast is my fetish.
I'm gonna turn our bathroom into a silk screening palace and also a laundromat where if people who are listening want me to do their laundry in our tub, you can come by and I'll do it.
Nobody's doing laundry in our tub,
When Cole's at
including
home.
you.
But when he's not at home, come by on a Wednesday late at night when he's on a shift, and I can take care of some things.
Yep. Nope.
Aww.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Do you think? All right. We're gonna start honing in. We're gonna start getting a little closer to the vein here. We got to inch a little bit closer. Which?
We're gonna focus things.
A person in an evening gown or a person in a trash bag behind a dumpster.
Evening gown.
An evening gown made of silk or an evening gown made of trash bags.
What are these? I'm gonna say. I like the nice things. I'm not the trash like you, Chris.
I'm not a trash man.
Like you would. I know you're giving me your choice, and then the antithesis of your choice, as opposed to real choices.
Whatever do you mean? I was just trying to orbit a little bit closer to the sun here and see if we could get a little burned, maybe a little burnage on
You can tell you're caught because your voice changed.
Hey, god damn it. Fuck. Oh, wait, was I doing a character? Shit. Oh, boy.
I don't know. I definitely know I have like a type, but I don't know if I feel like my type is like most guys' types. Like I like tall, dark-haired girls. That's
That's your thing?
that's like my dating history and usually the people that I'm most attracted to.
I like short people.
Yeah,
But you're tall.
I am tall, so
I'm short.
and yes, you're average.
I'm short.
You're average. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've been with short people, but I prefer the taller ones.
Ooh.
I'm not discriminating.
Now, I know other tall people. I know very tall and skinny people. You're very tall and
I don't have to
skinny.
be like super skinny, just
Now, I've not to put anybody on blast, but I've definitely known people who are tall and skinny who have brain gear works, perhaps akin to my own, who like to be with a person of size when they're tall and skinny because they feel like their offspring will be an average of the two.
and they'd rather have an average.
Because they don't like being tall and skinny because they're too tall and skinny.
I think I know who you're talking about, but
Do you feel like you're too tall and skinny?
sometimes.
Do you feel like if you're with a tall and skinny woman that it's a conflagration of bones and hips and that hip protrusions just grind against one another and you're like, oh my god, the friction.
Well, yeah, I didn't say skinny. I just said taller.
Oh.
They don't have to. I'm not talking like rail. I don't like that.
That's much.
Yes, too much.
Boyish.
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
So we're narrowing things down a little bit. That's not Cole's fetish. Boyish.
Is that a fetish? Does that count as a fetish?
Not having a fetish?
No, I mean, I think that's a type. I don't. What's the difference? Like a type and a fetish. A fetish, I feel, is something that's maybe.
I don't think I have
Something-
any fetishes, to be
feel like-
honest. I think fetish is when you get so hooked into it that it's like,
A fetish is like a. A fetish is like a. This is the thing that's like. But it's also, I feel like there's like a, like a guiltiness associated with it. Maybe like a guilty fetish or like,
well,
like my fetish is like Asian chicks, but I don't go around like being like I only like Asian chicks because like it's embarrassing or something. Like, you know what I mean?
I think fetish is the subject's breadth away from a crime. So what I mean is, come with me on a ride. I think like in the same way pedophiles exist for children, fetishists love feet or what they like. In the same way that they're like, I will break the law for feet.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. There's definitely like a guiltiness associated with it, or uncouthness, or
Would you commit crimes for feet?
No.
I wouldn't commit crimes for feet either.
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't commit crimes for tall brunettes either.
I probably wouldn't either. I don't think. Oh God, when you put it in a legal standpoint, everything just gets so dark. Oh God, I don't think there's anything I'd do. Well,
would have made bad subjects for that Woody Harrelson movie.
oh, the true crime thing.
No, are you thinking of True Detective?
Oh yeah, that thing.
The what's the killer something?
Killer Lusts.
No, now you're just making things up.
I don't know a lot about Woody Harrelson except that is he a vegan or is he the guy that likes tantric sex?
What's it called? It's called Killer something.
What band was Woody Harrelson in?
Killers. Natural Born Killers.
Is that the one where there's the party at the end? Eyes Wide Shut.
That could not be further away from what that is.
What band was Woody Harrelson in? Harrelson.
Band?
Marky?
I feel like you're just
Was he in the police?
I feel like you're just saying words.
He was in the police, right?
I don't know. No, he was not in the police.
But he likes tantric sex.
I don't know.
What do you think the chances are if you're a vegan you like tantric sex?
I don't know. I feel like they like to torture themselves, so maybe kind of high.
Ooh, that's probably a good point. That's a salient point. There's logic there. So Pete, I don't think I. Wait, you probably farted.
It's probably reminiscent from before.
Well, you took a poop earlier.
Yeah.
So I think your butt's primed more for
At
farting.
least I finished the poop whiskey. No, my butt's cleansed of farts. That's the whole point.
I feel like it's like a garage door that you forgot to close when you fart after a poop.
No.
Granted, we'll agree to disagree. All right. Well, we're coming up to our break period, so we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more Holding Court the podcast. We'll talk to you in a few. Hey everybody, we're back from break. We're back on it. So we're getting a little silly last time.
I'm sleepy now.
Cole's sleepy now.
Yeah.
Well, so we might as well get into the real deal stuff. Cole's a photographer. He's talked some amazing photos. He's starting to
I have talked some amazing photos. Talked indeed them.
He's took. All right. I said took in the same way somebody might say Montauk.
Yes.
I did.
I talk photos.
You took some great photos. He took a couple of me and some of roommates and friends, and hopefully there's going to be a bunch more in the series. It's top secret, so this is not official, but it's coming out, right?
Super secret. It's not that secret. Yes. Eventually.
But tied into that, you just got back from Japan, where you just did a photo series with kind of epic skateboarder, aficionado, king, small businessman, eccentric Morita. What's his full name?
Takahiro Morita.
And you took a bunch of shots on him, and now people might be able to see your photos in an upcoming thing, or is that official yet? Not to say.
Hopefully it should be official. Waiting to hear back final word, though.
Can we say the name of the publication, or maybe better not?
Let's not do that yet.
Good idea. Well, maybe there'll be a link added to the bottom of the YouTube where you can see some great shots of his. Actually, would that be cool if linked to the video to Morita's skate video that you guys did?
Yes. So basically, I went to Japan to meet up with a friend of mine who is Japanese and a professional skateboarder, but I met him here in New York a couple of years ago, and he wanted me to come and hang out with him in Tokyo, so I decided to do that, and we went, and it happened to be when the cherry blossoms were in bloom, and he was working on a project combining the aesthetic of skateboarding and the aesthetic of the cherry blossoms and their cultural significance to Japan, and all this stuff, and I just happened to be there in the midst of it, so he wanted me to participate, and shot a bunch of photos of that went along with some video that he's put out, and the photos will hopefully be running soon in a magazine.
That's awesome. What I got to see that was fantastic, and hopefully you guys will too, is there's a video he did set to a friend of Morita does a awesome sort of traditional Japanese soundtrack, and they use, I'd say about 80% of the film is your photo stills set to his, and it's out there like an official Morita film piece, and you're racking up some views. You're racking up some YouTube views.
Yeah, the name of his company is Far East Skate Network, and they're really well known in Japan, less so outside of it, but still known in the skate community. And yeah, they made this video, and they used a lot of the stills for it, which was really awesome. And they kind of used them to do like kind of stop motion type stuff, and then also just like stills of the skating and the cherry blossoms and everything set to this music, along with the video of the skateboarding, also kind of all edited together.
Now, I know a couple of your stories from ancient days of skating and your time in Japan past. I'm an outsider. I'm definitely not locked into the skate scene, but I've met a bunch of your ancient skate crew in Westchester, and those guys are fucking insane. They are hardcore, and they go hard, and they go long, and they go until the wheels fall off. Would you say basically Japan's skate crew holds the same candle, or is it a little bit more refined, perhaps?
Well, quite literally going until the wheels fall off, because at one spot we were skating, Morita broke the truck, which is the metal thing that holds the wheels to the skateboard, and he broke it in a way I'd never seen broken before, where like the axle basically snapped in half all the way through on this one spot that was like kind of crusty, and he was like attacking it, and that was crazy. So it literally went until the wheels fell off. So in that regard, yeah, very similar. But no, the culture is really different over there. It's still very much more underground. It's not like here where you just see people skating in the streets all over the place, and it's kind of like just an accepted part of the city or whatever, society. I would get stopped by the cops just skateboarding home from like hanging out. It's not like I was even like skating spots or whatever. I was just going back to where I was staying, and they wouldn't like stop me and harass me, but they would just kind of give me a look and like a wag of the finger, and I would get off my board and give them a little nod and keep going. I think that's uncommon because I did used to skate around a lot when I was there before, and when I was skateboarding with them, with my friends there, we didn't seem to have any trouble, but we were moving a little bit faster and with more confidence. But I definitely stand out there as like a 6'2" white redheaded guy.
What's the word, gaijin?
Gaijin, yeah, I'm obvious gaijin over there.
Can you think of anything scarier to a Japanese police officer than like a 6'2" gaijin rolling down the street on a skateboard coming to thrash his neighborhood?
I mean, I'm sure there are things scarier to a police officer than that, but it's definitely stood out.
Moving probable cause, as we say in New York?
Yeah, probably something like that.
As we say in New York. Look
also,
at me.
Yeah. It was also funny because while I was there, I went to a premiere of this Swedish skate video for this company called Polar. They had a new video out, and it's been premiering all over the world, and I just happened to be there while it was premiering in Tokyo. And so I went, and I've been to a ton of premieres here in the city, and it's always really fun, and everybody gets really into it, and like the theater gets packed out with skateboarders, and everybody's like hooting and hollering at the screen, and the theater was packed there, no doubt. It was really crowded. It was great, but it was funny because everybody was like dead silent while we were watching the video, like just like focused, quiet, no hooting and hollering. I mean, maybe if it had been a Japanese video, it would have been different, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, yeah, here most of the videos I've been to have been not necessarily New York videos, but maybe videos with people from New York, or videos featuring people or by people that were involved in the scene here. So maybe that's why there was more hooting and hollering, because it was like cheering your friends on. But it was definitely a lot quieter, which was like kind of funny and bizarre, but it was still fun.
That reminds me of what you'd said about Japan in general. Now, I'm curious to know if the skateboarders do it too, where it's just obviously different from New York, where it's just you jaywalk where you damn please. Every place is a crossing spot. Do the skateboarders stop and wait for the light with all the grace of gentle kittens?
When we were walking around, definitely. But I'd say when we were skateboarding around, not so much. Like when we were on the boards, it was the same. And like rolling around with like the whole crew and everything was definitely the same kind of lawlessness, just like cruising through traffic against the flow or whatnot or whatever, just like going where you gotta go. But I was saying, like I definitely was less or far more hesitant to do that when I was by myself, just because of being an outsider.
Yeah, it seems from the distance a little oppressive. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's no need to set it up in this way. But I got a car, and you and me drive around a bit, and especially with you going onto the plane to Japan, I think one of the things you said on the way back was just like, in Japan, it's either on or off. Either you are the most staid businessman, or you are fucking out of your mind. Let's just drink beers in the park and light my pubes on fire and go until everything is dust. I guess that's kind of carte blanche across the board, Japan.
Yeah. It's pretty like, it's very much like that. Like you're either on or you're not.
New York is just a land of spectrums. We're just all in disorder lines.
Yeah. But I mean, the great thing about skateboarding is like you meet people all over the world and you instantly have common ground with them. And skaters from, New York have a lot of things. It's the same kind of people who are attracted to it. So, even though skateboarding might be the first thing you have in common with somebody from Japan who's a skateboarder, but usually more often than not, I find like as you get to know them, you find out that it's stuff way more beyond that as well. So,
now, dude, it just occurs to me now thinking about it. You and I have done a little bit of traveling around the U.S. together, and at least what we've mostly talked about. Have you skated elsewhere in the U.S. much, as far as like checking out the scene, like in West Coast at all, or like even more Mid-Atlantic and shit, or is much more kind of like you've spent your time skating in New York and in Japan?
I mean, actually, yeah, pretty much. In London, because we were in school together in London. That's where we first met.
Yeah. Right.
And I skateboarded a lot there.
How's that stack up? There's something weird in my head that it almost would make sense that London and Japan are kind of similar in a way, because they get that whole sort of like propriety line in common.
No, it's more rigid. It's more rigid in Japan for sure. London, I think, is more like New York. But when we were there, especially skateboarding, I was a lot younger and maybe less self-aware of that kind of thing too.
Did you hear? This is kind of a weird curveball. You kind of reminded me of it with talking about London. Did you hear about the whole? I'm gonna fucking butcher it. It's either like LondonPunk.com or Punk 2016. The whole city of London is doing like a memory of Punk London this year, and in protest, the child of the Sex Pistols, who's still alive, who inherited all their gear, is burning it. Officially burning all their gear in protest as fuck that garbage.
Yeah, I heard about that, although I didn't really read into it, but I mean, that's pretty funny. It's funny to like make a national, I don't know, like not holiday, but just like remembrance or commemorance.
Commemorance of like counterculture and fuck you.
Of like a culture whose whole thing was like fuck the queen, kill the queen. Like, it's kind of similar though. I mean, there's a Ramones exhibit at Queens Museum right now.
We were gonna go see that, but we didn't.
Yeah, I think it's still up. I still do want to see it. I'm sure it's really cool and interesting. Although they were way less fuck you than the Sex Pistols were, but
now it's funny. It's weird. The weird connection I'm getting in my head is just like I remember hanging around like Tompkins Square Park area, and that shit is more baby carriages these days than fucking bums. But I don't think we got the same I don't know, is it memory? I don't think there's any, I don't know. Yeah, like there's a Ramones exhibit. No one burned the Ramones shit. I think someday there's going to be like a Fugazi exhibit. No one's going to burn Fugazi shit.
I hope there's no Fugazi exhibit. What would they exhibit? They don't.
This is the fucking guitar. This is the fucking guitar. This is the sticks. This is the flannel. This is the van.
I don't. As long as Ian McKay is alive, I don't think he would allow that to happen. That's the thing. Is like, what are any of this? I don't know. Are they?
Yeah, I think everybody's fucking dead in England.
Still around? Is he dead? I feel like he's dead.
In Tennessee, I met a crazy old biker who was big on punk and then became a 1%er. And he had a conspiracy.
So he was the plot of SLC Punk.
Well, he had this conspiracy theory that nobody in the Sex Pistols actually played a single instrument. And the only person who was ever in any of the recordings that was in the band was Rotten, because he's the only one whose voice couldn't be replicated. And that's the only thing. Everything else is studio musicians.
Yeah, I could see that theory.
Actually, he's a cool dude. He's this big old fat man with a handlebar mustache, and he took a tiny little Italian doo-wop singer to go see Johnny Cash's grave, and I think they made out. That's pretty hot.
Johnny Cash's grave, doo-wop, making out, sounds good.
Well, oh Jesus, yeah, we're getting to that 40 and something mark, and we talked a little bit about Japan, a little about this, a little about that. I know you fading. I'm fading a bit. Well, actually, I'm the opposite of fading. Because the second you get a PBR or two into me, I'll start rambling until the cows come home. But, we got a bunch of good shows coming up. We're going to see some Sheer Mag. We're going to see some Hank Wood. Cole is cursed.
What?
You're cursed.
I'm cursed?
You're cursed.
Why am I cursed?
Because you're going to be dragged back onto this thing over and over again.
Oh, yeah. I have the curse of being your roommate.
And friend.
Yeah, and friend, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I had to pull that one out of you. Yeah. Yeah, the old hook on me. I pull it out of the boys. Yeah.
Hopefully next time we're going to have 2 microphones.
2 microphones.
So this garbage doesn't happen where I'm just like kind of flipping it and I'm like, I think Cole's going to say something. So I want to like put it over there.
Is he about to say something? Should I move the microphone? Is he done saying something? Did I move it too soon? I don't know.
I don't know.
The editing will tell all.
Oh, my God. All right, we're not going to get into foreskins. We're not going to get into the tall people. We're not going to get into any of that. I think we're just going to let it breathe. Good night, John. Good night, Yoko. Merry Christmas.
Is that where you were going with this? I do remember you saying something about comfortable silences when we were talking about doing this.
You got to let the silence breathe. We set the table. I got to get a little bit better about setting the table. I don't think I set the table too well.
Well, I provided you with the table to set at least.
Ooh, I was talking metaphorical tables, but I'll take that.
Metaphorical tables too. You know, little stands and the little things, so you can use your hands and do stuff.
I talk with my hands. Do you find you talk with your hands?
Yes, I'm Italian. I definitely talk with my hands.
I'm adopted Italian, by which I mean I've decided I'm going to talk with my hands at one point as a young boy, and then I started talking with my hands because words weren't enough.
We've adopted you into the Giordano clan anyway, so.
I'll take it. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.